After my previous presentation, you may have given a little bit more thought about getting a dog of your own. And there are many different options to get a dog and to find an available pet. And some are a lot better than others. There's various ethical considerations to take into consideration. And before you commit to adopting or buying, I'd like to share some information with you to help make choosing your new best friend a little bit easier. And as I said before, there's a lot of different places to find your new pet. We have local shelters, rescue organizations, online advertisements for breeders, which are very easy to find. And also, you can search for quality breeders if there's a certain breed that you're set on getting online. And you can look for the breed club, because every breed that's AKC recognized will have a club page that you can go to, and they'll have quality breeders that they recommend and support. And also, there's Craigslist, classified ads. There's various different ads online where you can find dogs that are in need of homes directly from owners. And also, the old standby is friends and family that might be rehoming a dog, or they had a puppy, or they found a dog, or, you know, those are kind of the standard ways you get a dog these days. And as far as choosing, it's hard to know. If you're set on a particular breed, you'll probably want to look for a breeder. But if you're not picky about a puppy, you don't have a particular breed in mind, and you want to feel like you're doing a good thing by adopting a dog in need, you might want to look into adoption. And here's some considerations if you decide, oh, I messed that up. But if you decide you want to go with a breeder, you want to make sure that you're choosing an ethical breeder rather than a puppy mill. So the last thing you want to just do is support somebody that's breeding dogs with no ethics involved and is breeding purely for profit, because the dogs suffer, and you end up suffering too because of the health problems and just the poor quality of care that the dogs endure before you buy them. So some of the things you want to look out for when you're searching for the breed of dog that you want, or even just searching for puppies online. These are some things you want to avoid. When you see ads like this, you're going to see a lot of different breeds available at any given time. That's a huge red flag that you're supporting a puppy mill. Another one is they always have puppies available and no wait list, and you can pay online in full, because responsible breeders don't do that. They want to meet you before they accept money, and they want to make sure that the dog that they're breeding is getting a good home with you, so they won't take your money up front. And another thing is they often have really attractive websites that look like they're really well thought out, and they're just very attractive, lots of cute pictures, but they don't have a lot of updated pictures. They're often really staged and posed, and they do look very nice, so they're very deceptive, and a lot of people fall for that. And they also don't have health certifications available for the general public to see for the dogs. Any purebred dog, you want to ask for health certifications of both parents, and preferably a pedigree with health certifications as well, to ensure you're not getting a dog that has a lot of genetic problems. And then another one you might want to look for is titles that are relevant to the breed of dog. If you're getting a Labrador or a gun dog or a herding dog, you want to find out if the breeder is involved in working their dog and earning titles that are relevant to the breed, to show that the dog actually is capable of herding or retrieving. And it's a lot easier to find irresponsible breeders and puppy mills online than it is the ethical breeders. So those are probably the ones you're going to want to weed out through first. And here's some signs of a great breeder that you want to look for. One of the first things you're going to notice is there's going to be a waiting list. You're not going to be able to get a puppy right away, and a lot of people are put off by that, because when you're like, oh, I want this cute puppy right here, right now. You know, you'd love to take that dog home. Actually, that's my dog, who is a puppy. But and I had to wait for a long time for him. They want to get to know you first. You're not going to be able to take home the puppy the same day. They want to have an application process and probably spend some time getting to know you and your familiarity with the breed and your experience with dogs in general. And another good thing is that they're willing to take the dog back should the need arise. If you find yourself moving, or you have a big change in medical issues, or your family structure, you might need to give your dog And with the irresponsible breeders, your dog might end up in a shelter, or you just don't know where it's gonna end up. But your breeder will take your dog back and make sure it gets a good home. And that's good peace of mind for you. Another thing is they do have the health clearances and working titles available, and they're happy to show them to you. In fact, they'll have to brag about them and make sure that you see them, so that's always a good thing. And a lot of them tend to be older, retired people, so that they can invest the time and they have money saved to properly invest in the breeding of their dogs and the care. You know, because all of the show titles and the health care cost a lot of money. So a lot of them end up communicating with email and phone rather than texting and like on a website. You're gonna have to kind of play phone tag a little bit and send emails back and forth. That's pretty typical from my experience and from others I've talked to. They want you to come and visit their home. They'll show you like where the dogs are kept. Puppy mills won't do that. They will not let you come back and see where the parent dogs are kept. So you want to pick somebody that's open and like willing to show you where the dogs live, because you want to see that it's clean in a place that you find acceptable. Another thing is you want them to be involved in showing or sports, just involved in something with the breed rather than just producing multiple litters for profit. And this is the part most people have trouble with, because most people think of picking your own puppy when you go and see all the dogs. But most good breeders will not let you pick your own puppy, because out of the litter they want to pick the puppies that they feel are best suited for them to continue breeding and showing or whatever sports that they're into. And they want to match the best dog to your home. So they do like a temperament evaluation of all the puppies before they go home, and they try to match the puppies with the best temperament, so the ideal family for them to go to, so that you're happier in the end. So, and if you're not interested in any of that, you're like, I don't even care, doesn't matter to me, you might want to consider adoption. If you're flexible on age and energy level, you might have some experience handling a dog, and maybe you don't have enough money set aside for a purebred puppy because it can be very expensive. And you want to spend a lot of time with different dogs before you just bring home the first one that you meet. And there's a lot of different resources for that as well. You can look on Pet Finder, and you can go to your local animal shelters, and there's also a lot of different rescue groups available online. Even if you do want a specific breed, just type in like the name of the breed that you want and rescue, and you can find people that take in dogs that are older of the breed that you want. But just be sure that you're specific to tell them what you're looking for and what your goals are for the dog. And that's the end. So that should do it.